This program lineup is brought to you by Vision Express.
KUAM TVH, first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. Cars Plus, Guam's automotive leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
The Guam Memorial Hospital is asking for $74 million of taxpayer monies to shore up the expected shortfall in FY25. GMH officials warning they may have to cut much-needed services if their budget request isn't met.
Plus, school psychologists urge education officials for equitable pay to help keep the handful of licensed professionals servicing 24,000 public school students.
A Saipan rancher speaks out after 75 watermelons and 20 cows and equipment were stolen from his ranch. I'm Tomas Manglonia with a full story as more farmers report these incidents.
Hafa day and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz.
And I'm Matsuki Hirayama. So glad you could join us.
Guam has a high rate of suicide. We clearly need to address this. We are so behind the curve and Guam students deserve the best.
These are the words of one district psychologist from the Guam Department of Education urging the Guam Education Board for better compensation and retention of licensed professionals helping our island children.
For many students, school is more than a place of learning. It's a lifeline, providing access to crucial mental health services. Nadine Cepeda, district psychologist at the Guam Department of Education, providing a grim outlook on what some of our island's children are experiencing.
At the 8 schools that we had to provide universal screeners, students identified at risk have reported sexual abuse.
Cepeda and her team remaining dedicated to supporting students amid a nationwide shortage of school psychologists. The norm? One psychologist for every 500 students for high-quality services, though she says current data estimates a national average ratio of 1 to 1,200 students. As for Guam, she says the ratio is 6 times greater than that.
This is a cause for alarm and necessitates immediate action.
But filling the role of a school psychologist is tough, requiring a master's degree specializing in mental health, 3,000 clock hours with clinical supervision, and passing a national exam. GDOE's special education announcing a limited and permanent term psychologist position that has yet to be filled. Meantime, the need persists.
In 1 in 5, 22% students seriously considered attempting suicide, and 1 in 10, which is a 10%, attempted suicide.
Meanwhile, Cepeda adds there are 5 district school psychologists serving 24,000 students. It's why she is advocating for equitable compensation for this critical but hard-to-hire position.
It is crucial to remember that mental health has always been and continues to be a cornerstone of a student's academic performance and success.
The GEB heard comments from 3 other professionals from Cepeda's division. To watch the full GEB meeting, you can head over to GDOE's Facebook page.
Budget talks continue with the Guam Memorial Hospital taking the hot seat on Tuesday.
Guam's only public hospital projecting an almost $75 million shortfall and seeking an additional $50 million for FY 2025.
$74.3 million in the red. It's the Guam Memorial Hospital's expected shortfall for fiscal year 2025, according to GMH Chief Financial Officer Yuka Hechanova.
Our expected funding sources in FY 2025 will not be sufficient to cover the projected operating expenses.
Funding sources from patient revenues, Department of Corrections, and federal grants are expected to amount to $157 million, but their projected operating expenses is $232 million. It's why they're asking the legislature for $50 million from the general fund and $23 million from the pharmaceutical fund.
The most notable increases are expected in personnel costs, contractual, and supplies. Personnel costs for FY 2025 are expected to be $14 million higher than FY 2024.
The budget request also reveals FY24 billing amounted to $212 million, but the actual collections were $76 million. That's just 36% of medical bills paid.
If your patient population is the type that just cannot pay, there's no way you can keep operating without some kind of a subsidy.
Okay.
And that's exactly the situation that we're in here.
Acting Hospital Administrator Dr. Dustin Prince offering senators 3 options. The first is to maintain a fixed annual subsidy from the general fund of $60 to $80 million a year. If the legislature can only give them $30 million, then the second option is to cut most of the secondary tenants or outpatient services. And if the subsidy is less than $10 million, the third option is to close all secondary tenants.
To be basically a maternal child health pediatrics ER. The question I ask is this what the people of Guam want?
The threat of cutting much-needed services not sitting well with several senators, to include Senator Telo Taidagui.
You're throwing us options. You're not throwing us, this is what we plan to do. You're throwing it on our table now to say, okay, well, here are the options that you have. And, you haven't said we can work with any of these 3 options that you put in front of us. That's not our job. Our job is to listen to what you are going to do to fix the hospital, to provide the services that is needed at this hospital, and how much it's going to cost you.
And Speaker Therese Terlahi with a reminder, it's taxpayer dollars they're asking for.
What you want from the taxpayers of Guam is $74 million. That would come in the form of pharmaceutical fund and general fund. And the pharmaceutical fund comes from the business privilege taxes. So it's all taxpayer money, $74 million.
Well, this May marks the 50th anniversary of Emergency Medical Services Week.
And in recognition of our nation's heroes and those here at home, the island's first responders banded together for a special celebration with the community. Flashing lights and wailing sirens. These are the familiar sights and sounds that typically signal help is on the way during critical situations. But today they're signifying a celebration as the nation recognizes Emergency Services Week. First responders with the Guam Fire Department, Naval, and Anderson Air Force bases rolling out their ambulances and fire trucks for a parade of lights at some of the island's public schools. Lieutenant Jacob Olivas is with the Anderson Fire Department.
And that was meaningful for us because the students are going to be the future firefighters, EMTs, first responders, and that's what today's about, giving credit to those first responders who are currently serving, have served in the past, and will be serving in the future.
Olivas' message aligning with this year's EMS Week theme, honoring our past and forging our future. Still, it's clear these hometown heroes aren't on the front lines for the credit.
And I'm grateful for the opportunity to have served this community and to continue to serve it. And it's a very humbling profession, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
Meantime, the crews rounding out their parade of lights with a pathway for future first responders, with static displays of the fire trucks at the Agana Shopping Center to coincide with informational booths with the island's different agencies. Happy National EMS Week. We'll be right back.
This racetrack has made it possible to make Guam, as mentioned, a center of the world. Racers from the States, racers from Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and so on brings everything together, brings us all together in this part of the world. And that is wonderful in itself.
Solid. Solid. Solid.
That early hour of the morning.
Solid. Solid. Oh, yeah. Solid.
We start with her and her local business. We start with them, celebrating 30 years. We start with big.
Welcome to Disatani. How may I assist you today?
Keep doing your best. Congratulations.
Small and growing businesses. We start with global connections and make them local. At GTA, we start with your business.
Welcome back to Primetime. Well, one Saipan rancher shares his story after 75 watermelons and equipment were stolen from his farm.
And it's not the first time, and he's not the only one. Regional correspondent Tomas Manglonia reports.
Simon De Leon Guerrero with Kumoy Farms received a call last Thursday night from another rancher about his cows seen on the road near Obzan on Saipan. He and his family went to guide them back to the farm.
We thought it was just a regular, cows escaping from the fence because it's a dry season. Not to the next morning, about 6 a.m. when I came to water the plants and give the cows water, when I noticed that our padlocks were tampered with and our gates to come in were opened. And when I checked the produce, a lot of our watermelons that are soon to be harvested were stolen, maybe about 75 to 100 pieces.
He called the authorities and the investigation is ongoing. But De Leon Guerrero has experienced this before, and he is not alone.
This is not the first time something was stolen. About a year ago, we had about 20 cattle that were stolen. The other farmers in Marpi, their cows are getting stolen. Even here in the south side, or our neighboring ranchers, their cows have been stolen.
He often gives away the crops he grows and welcomes students to his piggery to learn about agriculture and sustainability.
I do this with my family, my kids. It's kind of disappointing because we teach them to work hard, and they look forward to harvesting the watermelons, and a week before harvest, everything's stolen. So the kids are upset. They're heartbroken.
He has this message to share with the community.
If you know somebody selling produce, selling livestock, and you know they're not a farmer and they're selling something they don't grow or raise at a very cheap price, give the police a call. We're farmers. We're trying to do an honest living.
Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News, Saipan.
Well, we are celebrating moms all month long, and we continue with our weekly series, My Mother's Child, set at the beautiful Hoshino Resort, Risanare, Guam.
Tonight, we introduce you to Courtney Dezon-Bresch and her lovely mother, Lou Dezon, who share a great relationship.
My Mother's Child is presented by Hoshino Resort, Guam.
I am the youngest out of 3, so I have an older sister, Danielle, and our brother, Justin. And I was always told that I was one of the most difficult kids because I really like to test my luck with my mom's patience. So do you want to share any stories that stand out to you regarding that?
I don't think so much testing, but I think it's more, you would just ask questions that your brother and sister would not dream of asking. I think there was one time where I was upset with you guys because you didn't clean the house. And it was quiet and you just said, Mom, are you going through menopause?
Oh my God. How old was I?
You must have been 7. And your brother and sister looked at you like, are you crazy? Do you want to live? And I just thought, oh my gosh. But yeah, I have to say having you was more like, I think it was just God's way of saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to keep you on your toes, I'm going to keep you young, I'm going to give you Courtney, you know, so.
So after you had me, you're like, we're done, we don't need any more kids.
One of the characters that you had growing up that I really liked was that you were able to laugh at yourself, that you didn't take yourself too seriously. And now, you know, with your brother and sister, all of you have your own personalities. Danielle was very serious, you know, she didn't really want to do anything unless she knew what the outcome was. Justin was more laid back, like, yeah, let's just try it. But you were just sort of like, if you messed up, you would bust out laughing. And I would tell your brother and sister, you could learn from that. Learn to laugh, you know, laugh at yourself.
I think when we were younger, one of the lessons now that I understand as an adult, but I didn't understand when I was a child, was being able to just quit anything whenever I wasn't fully enjoying it. So, you know, growing up, I know you wanted us to have a social life outside of school and to keep busy so that we weren't just rascals during the summertime. So I remember you had put us in dance, and for the most part, for a majority of our childhood, we danced competitively. And there were a couple times where we wanted to quit, it wasn't going according to plan, and as a kid, we never understood why you wouldn't just let us quit. We were always saying, you know, how come she doesn't just allow us to walk away when we're not happy? But now I understand it, because I feel like that specific lesson has transferred into how we all approach life now. And, you know, going into the workforce, going after your career, it's not always gonna be easy, and you're not gonna always love it 100%, but being raised to not give up, push through, and that it does get better is something I'm very appreciative of learning from you. Even if I didn't understand it when I was a kid, I understand it now.
With you, when you decided to become a cycling instructor, you know, I just said, I go, okay, get out of bed, support this, and I think that's the one thing that I'm very proud of you about, is that I've really seen you blossom over the past 2 years. You know, that I know that when things got difficult, sometimes you just want to give up. And to see you persevere through it was something that I'm very proud of you.
Well, I have you to thank for, you know, learning to handle adversity and situations like that, and to push through and, you know, don't give up, finish, see it through the end. So I think my childhood and my relationship with you is, I would say, I remember when I was working at one of my first jobs, and when you would come in, or when I would answer the phone and it was you, and I'd be like, hey girl, they're all like, who are you talking to? And it's, oh, it's my mom. And everyone always was so surprised about how comfortable and how open I was with you. And I'm very grateful to have that relationship with you, and to be able to, you know, we don't live in the same house as you anymore. I'm married, I live on my own, I have my own business with my husband. Same relationship, if not better. I think it's great that now, you know, when I was living under your roof when I was younger, the way we would spend time together is taking trips together, or you just, you know, raising me, taking me around. And now, being that, you know, you're approaching your 60s, I'm approaching my 30s, that we've kind of found, I know it's out of, you know, support, but we found a common thing that brings us together a lot, which is working out and being healthy, and encouraging each other to, you know, keep each other accountable. So I think it's really awesome that now, you know, with the studio, you come and you love it, and you know, it's by your own free will. I'm not forcing you, you know.
I know, but I mean, people joke and they said, oh, does your daughter force you to come? I said, no, I do it. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but I think that's what keeps me going, because I think when something becomes too easy, that it's time to find something else.
I think it's pretty cool that, you know, your background is in education. You went to school to become a teacher, and then you later on specialized to become a counselor. So education and being that guidance for kids, you know, is something that resonates with you and majority of your family. And although I didn't go into education, the career I've in the sense of guidance and, you know, instruction. So I think it's kind of cool to see that parallel.
Well, I think what's important is that you follow your passion. You know, all of you kids, that find what makes you happy. One of the things that I remember telling you guys whenever you did an activity, whether it be sports, whether it be dance, was when it stops being fun, then it's time to move on. You know, and I said, I don't want you stuck And I tell students that too. I said, when you are looking at what you want to be in the future, also don't just focus on how much money you're going to make or what your parents want you to do. Focus on what makes you happy. And if that's what makes you happy, then work won't feel like work. You know, you'll enjoy it. You know, one of the things I do realize with you being my youngest, and just with your brother and sister growing up, how the relationship between parent and child has really evolved. Because when you were younger, you really needed the guidance. You had to have the guidance. And as you get older, there's a stage where you're more trying to become independent. And now I have to realize that when you guys do come to me with a problem or there's something happening, I have to kind of step back and remind myself, don't offer a solution right away. And I have to kind of remember to ask you, are you looking for some answers? Are you looking for advice? Or do you just need me to listen?
We have you to thank for raising us to be the adults we are now. So I'm super grateful for our relationship. I'm super grateful to have this time with you as we still both live on Guam. We just want to say Happy Mother's Day from Courtney and
Lou.
Love you, Mom.
I love you too, baby.
My Mother's Child is presented by Hoshino Resort Guam.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a view captured from Beach Road on Saipan.
Welcome to Kmart, your 24-hour superstore since 1995. Always there for you day or night. At Kmart, we're committed to offering you an extensive selection of products at prices you won't find anywhere else. From the essential to the exceptional, our aisles are alive with possibility. Bloom with confidence, style, and savings this spring. Discover stylish clothing that fits your budget without compromising on quality. From trendy pieces to timeless classics, find the perfect look for every member of your family without spending a fortune. Then pamper yourself with our selection of essentials from nourishing shampoos to rejuvenating beauty products and soaps. And let imagination soar with our selection of toys and games for kids of all ages. At Kmart, experience the thrill of discovery as you explore our aisles, filled with a variety of quality products that cater to your every need. From groceries to home goods to outdoor essentials, we are the ultimate one-stop shop. Dive into an unparalleled shopping experience where quality, variety, and savings await at every turn. Shop smart, save big at Kmart, your 24-hour superstore.
At Not Howie says Taco Bell only really hits after midnight, which is why I'm going to use the Cantina chicken menu to help him see the Taco Bell light.
Very juicy.
Hi, the food hits, right? Are you at Not Howie? Does it hit or does it not hit?
I'd say it hits.
Yeah, it does hit.
I can't lie.
Okay, but you did, maybe. The Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco isn't just for late night.
Howdy, I'm Congressman James Moylan, and if you need assistance regarding federal issues, please give our office a call at 671-922-6673 or visit our website at moylan.house.gov.
Whether you call her Abuela, Nana, Yaya, Gramps, Gigi, Mimi, or Granny, Grandma knows a sweet treat makes any meal special. So come to McDonald's and treat yourself to the Grandma McFlurry today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replay, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
Hafade representing my alma mater today. And you know what? The University of Guam has a really good agricultural program. And speaking of which, if you are a farmer and you have small acreages, you're invited to attend a free 6-session workshop being offered by UOG's land grant extension agents. It's teaching agroforestry, simultaneously cultivating crops and trees sustainably. That's important. Make sure to go check it out and make sure to register. No registration needed, my friends, for the Hagat Mango Festival. Speaking of amazing things that you can farm, head down to Hagat 3 straight days this weekend. 24th, 25th, and 26th at Sagan Besita. It is going to be the event that everybody needs to check out, whether you've been on Guam a long time or whether you just got here. Hagat, down south, the place to be, because we are celebrating the 15th annual Mango Festival. It is awesome. And in honor of the 80th anniversary of the battles from Saipan and Tinian, there is a World War II island tour that will be happening on the 1st, 8th, and 22nd up in the CNMI. It's a free event. News Bites is awesome. We just pass incredible information to you. Please make sure to take the family and have a good time.
Thanks, Jace. Time now for birthday wishes.
Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shoutouts, which you can submit on KUAM.com.
Kathleen Aguero Pangilinan, happy birthday to you on the 22nd of May, a Wednesday this year. And we hope the entire island, your classmates, your friends, your families, we hope everybody reached out to you, messaged you, and are celebrating you, as are we right now. So on behalf of KUAM and Cold Stone Creamery, here is your birthday shout out. Happy blessed birthday, Kathleen. We are so proud of you. Love and miss you. Say Mom, Daryl, and the family.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz.
And I'm Matsuki Hirayama. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
August 3rd is primary race day. Half a day, I'm Nick Delgado. Welcome to another episode here on The Hub. Yeah, we're out canvassing and waving because it's what the candidates are doing this election season, just as they do every election year. And the contested races is where we're headed to next. We're gonna start by visiting the village of Santa Rita, where there are candidates vying to be the mayor of that village.
Santa Rita Sumai is located on the southwestern side of Guam and is part of the Hadza district. This village does not have an original name because it was established in 1945 when residents were moved from the destroyed Sumai village, according to the Mayor's Council of Guam. Putting a stop to crime and safer roadways are among the priorities the voters in this village want addressed by whoever is elected to lead. 4 candidates filed, including lone Republican Jana Lu Salvador, who will advance to the general. KUAM speaking with Democrat candidates Anthony Jr. San Nicolas, Hill Jr. Leon Guerrero, and Del Alvarez to let voters know what they are about ahead of the August 3rd primary.
My name is
Anthony Jr., AJ Duenas Nicholas. I am running for the office of Santa Rita Sumai Mayor for this upcoming election. I'm very excited about this election, and I'm just enjoying the process with this. There's, several things that I want to touch on are, creating all, community programs for our youth to empower our youth to, for higher education, things like that, sports, and that we just, there's a lot of things for them. Also, Santa Rita is such a beautiful place to be. It's a very kind of a new village, so to speak. Santa Rita was created after the war. All the residents of Santa Rita basically came from Sumai. And throughout the years, obviously, there's been people who have moved to Santa Rita because of its, the people, and it's such a beautiful village to be a part of. Then also what I wanted to talk about, is just, for education, the youth empowerment, invest in education to ensure that every child has access to quality schooling and opportunities for higher learning. Also, community safety, the well-being of our residents, prioritizing the safety and security of the residents through community policing initiatives. Also to try to enhance emergency services and have proactive measures to address any issues such as substance abuse and mental health issues. Other things that we could also talk, I'm looking forward to doing is infrastructure and sustainability, improving and enhancing infrastructure of public spaces, focusing on sustainability and resilience to mitigate impacts of climate change. Also social equity and inclusion, ensure fairness and justice for all residents, implement policies to reduce poverty, homelessness, and any kind of discrimination. Also looking forward to try to advocate for affordable housing for, people in our community. I know it's such a, that's something that needs to be touched on a larger scale for our island. Also, transparency and accountability for our village, for the people of Santa Rita, to ensure that taxpayer dollars are spent wisely and ethically, and showing them to commit to open and transparent governance, where residents have access to information and opportunities to participate in any decision making in the process. Also, collaborative governances. We want to be able to foster partnerships with stakeholders, including the public and private sectors, neighboring jurisdictions, to tackle shared challenges and to maximize resources for the benefit of all. Also, to embrace any collaborative approach to problem solving and decision making to achieve positive outcomes for the community of Santa Rita. So that's, those are basically some of the things that I wanted to just share with everybody about what's to come.
My name is Hill Jr. Dalmacio Leon Guerrero, and I'm running for Santa Rita Sumai Mayor, and I will be under the Democrat side of the ballot. All right. And like I said, thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell the villagers of Santa Rita Sumai a little about myself and, what they can expect if elected as mayor. I went through all the schools here. I went to JP Torres, Harry S. Truman, Ocean View Middle School, and I graduated in 2014 from Southern High. And I went on and I received my bachelor's degree in general business from the University of Guam in 2021. Right. I'm a proud son of a combat veteran, and I learned what it means to serve selflessly, and I understand the meaning of commitment and dedication. And since I could remember, I always wanted to help serve my village. I'm motivated and I'm driven to lead this community. I promise to bring positive change and re-energize our beautiful village. And I want to continue and build and improve what Mayor De Alvarez has accomplished throughout the years. I plan to empower village representatives to help make decisions and to help plan community events such as sports events, movie nights, and night markets. Also, yard contests will be nice, right? For such events such as Easter, Halloween, Christmas, and even honoring our Manonku in the village, our veterans, and other occasions. And as I go around and talk with people in the village, there's a lot of concerns regarding speeding and the needs of speed bumps. There's also illicit drug use in the community, and just the general feeling of not feeling safe because of the criminal activities in our village. Those concerns will be prioritized. And I've been circulating my candidacy card, and the back of the card has my platform outlining the goals I plan to achieve during my term as mayor of Santa Rita Sumay. And to the villagers of Santa Rita Sumay, I invite you to take a look at my platform, which you can find on my social media, Hill Leon Guerrero 2024 on Facebook and Instagram. All right. And with that, I would like to say thank you, Sizuz Moasi and Marami Slama Po. And always remember, it's all uphill from here. Biba Santa Rita Sumay. Come out and exercise their right to vote August 3rd. You know, we have Precinct 5 and 5A here in Santa Rita. And if they need any assistance, you know, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram and Facebook, and we can provide homebound services for those who need transportation to the polling sites, or if they just want general information regarding our campaign and, you know, what other assistance we can provide for them on the day of election. If they want to just come down and hang out at our hospitality tent, they're all then welcome to.
My name is Del Christopher Perez Alvarez from the village of, running for the village of Santa Rita Sumay Mayor. I'm on the Democrat side of the ballot, number 3. And I was born and raised in the village of Santa Rita, and my family and I, we're deeply rooted on our beautiful village. I'm seeking to be the mayor of Santa Rita Sumay. I kindly ask the people of Santa Rita to please give me your vote and confidence in this upcoming primary and general election. I believe I would be the right choice as a mayor, since I am from the village of Santa Rita. And I invested in Santa Rita, and everyone knows how I love and respect my village. Throughout my life, I served in my community parish, and I represented, I coached a lot of the kids throughout the baseball and also masters for the sports. And I've been in the government of Guam for the past 27 years in leadership as well. And now and then I also serve my country and my island in the Guam Army National Guard, 1st of the 294th Infantry Battalion. And now I'm a combat war veteran, also retired in the U.S. Army. I want to continue my GovGuam service by giving back to my and serving my people by leading it as a new mayor for Santa Rita Sumay. My dad is currently the mayor for Santa Rita Sumay, and as he prepares to retire from his public service, I want to continue his legacy, hardworking, and dedication to our beautiful village. I have fresh ideas to meet the demands of this new generation and our modern society. My top 5 missions as a mayor is safety, village pride, sports and recreational facilities, village and community partnerships, and animal control. With my military background, my top priority for this will be the safety first. That will be my top priority. But of course, everyone knows my love of sports as well. So I really want to focus on getting our village its own gym by reclaiming JP Torres Elementary. And that will be where our gym will be for the site, as also for recreational sports and community health that we can use. I'm the next generation of leadership with the new vision for Santa Rita.
We also reached out to those candidates that are uncontested that will be a shoo-in and move forward to the general election. We'll hear more from them in the months ahead. Keep it here on The Hub. We continue with more interviews in a moment.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels, that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Half a day, welcome back to the Hub. I'm Nick Delgado. Let's continue our interviews now with the next mayoral race that's vying to be a leader in their village over to Agana Heights, where their race is on there, as the mayor there is also set to retire. Take a listen to what those candidates have to say to the voters.
Agana Heights is located in the central part of the island. It is part of the Katan district, according to the Mayor's Council of Guam. Agana Heights was a ranch land long ago, and those who ranched in this area were villagers from Hagåtña. Residents here want a leader who can talk the talk and walk the walk, and prioritize the youth. 3 candidates filed, including lone Republican John McDonald, who will advance to the general election. KUAM speaking with Democrat candidates Kevin Masnayan and Richard Arroyo to let you, the voters, know what they are about ahead of the August 3rd primary.
My name is Kevin C. Masnayan. I'm running for Agana Heights mayor, and I'm under the Democratic Party of Guam. I'm all about transparency and accountability for our village. I've been working for the mayor for over 27 years, so I bring my experience to the table. And all those years, I've grown half my life, practically. I've grown to know our village constituents personally. I've heard their concerns, their wants, their needs, and I think I have the solution to a lot of the problems that's been going on. So that's the things that I want to bring to the table. This is my experience. I also want to bring up our sports, our after-school programs, I want to work with the senior citizens, and be able to I've grown to love Nick. Born and raised in Agana Heights. With my own family, I've grown to love the people and the village, and I want to continue to serve. I've served the people for so many years, and I love serving the people, and I want to continue serving the people as their mayor. And then, I love my village. I love its people. Like I said, I've grown to know our people personally, and I've heard their concerns. I've heard their wants and their needs, and I just want to bring to the table what the people want. My experience, I've been there, done that, through the good times, to the bad, to the typhoons, through
through the COVID. I've done it all, been there, done that, and I want to continue to serve the people. That is what I bring. That's me. That's Kevin Masnayan. Born and raised in Agana Heights. It's I represent Agana Heights, my family, my whole family, 17 of us. We're all grown up in Agana Heights, and it's one, like I said, it's one family. The village, I've known them since, when I was umpiring baseball. I've watched their kids grow up, our constituents' kids grow up, and I'm a big part of the sports community. I've heard their concerns also about our baseball field. We've been a powerhouse baseball team in Agana Heights, but past few years we haven't had any Agana Heights teams. Parents are saying, why do we have to go to another village to let their kids play? So I want to bring back that baseball and youth baseball to our village, together with youth volleyball, youth basketball. Now that our gym is it's been repaired in our field, so now it's time to bring all of that back to Agana Heights.
Hoffaday, I'm Richard Brigito O'Brien Arroyo. I am running for Agana Heights Mayor. I am running on the Democratic side of the ballot. I'd like to first say that although I may not have been born into the village, I spent so much of my youth right here with lifelong family friends at the Funty River, at the ball field, at their family homes. So I eventually married my wife, Hannah Gutierrez. As you know, my mother and father-in-law, Carl and Jerry, are Agana Heights to the core, going back generations. And for nearly 2 decades now, I officially made this beautiful village my home. So I really have great plans for the village, ranging from school care to music and arts program, from baseball field programs to the even my brochure that I have, canvassing around, my platform, to encourage residents to please read my platform. Please read it. We've been canvassing a lot. It's been amazing, and a lot of it on my platform really, Nick, is been because of the discussions I have with our individuals out there in the community, and it's there. My networking with the government, from every agency I have relationships with. So my job really is to provide the necessary tools and facilities that the people need to run their everyday programs. For example, I love baseball. I love basketball. Although I'm not an expert in it, I can play baseball probably for maybe not my life depending on it. But those individuals down there are working hard. I see them. Believe me, it's not ignored. I'm not aloof to what's not going on down there. My job is to go out there and find the monies to give them resources, find the resources to give them the tools they need to run the baseball field, the basketball court, and also around the facilities for the children. Because when we do this after school program, we are really going to invigorate now the kids back again and give the parents to an opportunity for them to have an opportunity to give their kids to have a place to go, so they are not going to be worrying about who's going to be watching the kids. I have plans with the VA. I'm going to go out and do the VA, go out and get the census of VA count, work with the Atlas program with the CBOC, that we're going to do. We're going to do telehealth via internet, because it's available to us. And also the biggest issue I had out there, Nick, and I'm sure you're aware of this, is our stray dogs, stray animals that are loose, chasing our kids, chasing visitors perhaps, and even our residents, and the feral pigs that all of a sudden they made their way down here. It's just really a wonderful place to live. I always call Agana Heights the South Central of Guam, because it really is one of the last core-oriented villages in Guam that is just really in Chamorro we call it so Mungi. And everyone who is Mungi, is just such a good place to live, and I love it.
Again, we did reach out to those candidates that are not part of the primary contest, and we will hear more from them in the months ahead before the general election in November. Keep it here. The Hub continues by heading up to the CNMI when we return.
At Not Howie says Taco Bell only really hits after midnight, which is why I'm going to use the Cantina chicken menu to help him see the Taco Bell light. It hits. Hi. Are you at Not Howie? Food hits, right?
The Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco isn't just for late night. The Cantina Chicken Quesadilla isn't just for late night because it has a perfect slow-roasted chicken to melted cheese ratio. That's chicken on the inside, cheese everywhere else. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Quesadilla only at Taco Bell.
This racetrack has made it possible to make Guam, as mentioned, a center of the world. Racers from the States, racers from Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and so on brings everything together, brings us all together in this part of the world. And that is wonderful in itself.
How deep do Pizza Hut's roots run in the islands? Through all the decades, we know what you love. Great taste at an even better price. Like our large one-topping carry-out pizza for just $15.99. You choose your favorite topping, pepperoni, olives, sausage, or any other single topping. Our $15.99 large one-topping pizza. Order online and carry one out today. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
Welcome back to the Hub, and we now head up to the delegate race in the CNMI. Our regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnia speaking with the fourth candidate there to enter that race.
Hafaday, and welcome to another CNMI Decision 2024 interview, this time with a new candidate for NMI delegate, Liana Hofschneider. I'm your host, Tomas Manglotnia, and we're here on Saipan conducting this interview. Liana, thank you so much for making time to join us for this interview.
No, Sizus Masi Tomas, Donkuluna Sizus Masi for this opportunity. Today is actually a very important day for me. I'm looking forward to this, and I'm very excited, and thank you for the opportunity. And for those of you that are, don't really know me, my name is Liana Sablan Hofschneider. My family roots from my mother's side is Manglotnia. And I always say, I'm from the Karisu, I'm from the swamp, the, what do they call it, the Karisu site, and it's very important to me why I say this. And in the days ahead, we'll talk about why I want to say that Tauto Susonzanzo, I'm from the Karisu side. But anyways, again, I'm running for the U.S. delegate. Please bear with me as much as you see me going up testifying in public forum. But this is my first official communication with all of you, and I thank you for allowing me into your spaces and to listen to what I have to offer you, and hope and a faith in trusting your vote of confidence for a new vision of leadership up in the U.S. Congress. As you all are aware, this is a 48 or 49 years relationship with the United States of America, and that office, when it was created in 2009, is a very important office. And today, this will be the second set of delegate. Congressman, U.S. Delegate Gregor Kilili has been our only delegate in the last 15, almost 16 years. And I want to impart that I want to continue some of the good work works that we need to do for our people and our Commonwealth. And with that, I hope that you share the same vision and hope for improving our status and improving our relationship. And some of the things that I wanted to talk about and carry to Washington as your delegate is to improve our relationship, of course, environment, education, our governance, and most importantly, it's important that I take this everywhere. It's my Bible, and not just today, but many years through my advocacy. And I want to continue improving upon this. And as the days ahead and the months ahead into election, I hope that you would stop by and come and listen to what I have to talk about, and what are my vision, and what are the goals and the aspiration, not only for our people, but for our community and our Commonwealth.
And please correct me if I'm wrong. Is this your first time running for office, or have you ever held an elected position before?
No, I thank you for asking that, Tomas. No, I haven't had any elected position, held any elected position. I ran in the last election as a, of course, nonpartisan, the Saipan and Northern Island Municipal Council. I was very, very fortunate. I came in fourth. There's 3 seats, so I came in fourth, and I'm very, very fortunate and grateful for that. And I thank you, all of you, for your vote of confidence. Unfortunately, it's only a 3-seat office, so I hope and I pray that this time, I know I'm an underdog. There's a Republican candidate, and there's a Democrat candidate, and of course there's a new one, another independent candidate. But I am totally, everybody wants to say like a grassroots. I'm that. I want to hold my vote is my representation is our community and our people.
And like you've said, you've ran for office before, so why delegate and why now?
Why delegate? Wow, Tomas, as I was driving down here, a very key word just popped into my head. St. Francis of Assisi, right? They say, if not now, then when? If not us, then who? Za enigini malaguzo na kumu tihita pues hodzi. It's very important that I step up, and look into this.
Stay safe, everyone. Thanks so much for watching us here on The Hub, and you can always go to KUAM.com for the very latest Decision 2024 news. Until next time.